Today I'm just going to do it by a video because the internet wasn't great yesterday. So what we're going to do is we're going to take notes. The notes are going to be first on circulation within a dwelling. So if you read it down through this, I suppose one very important thing is from here really, for wheelchair users. So from this point, this down here. So I just read that. For wheelchair users, a bathroom must be downstairs, and a bedroom must be located as well. And this is for elderly people, or if someone has an accident, you don't have to go turning a kitchen into a bedroom. The person should not have to navigate steps in order to use a bathroom or a bedroom. So if you're building a house, it should have a bedroom and a bathroom downstairs. So make a note of that. The second thing then is to do with this sketch. So I would like you to take down this sketch here, this picture, and this sums up everything else, all of the writing here on this page and on the next page. And you can do this with bullet points. So I'll show you a good way of doing it. If I go to the next page here on this, in the pink box, you can take down these bullet points, and these all relate back to the sketch. So the first one is corridors should be 900 wide minimum. If there's a radiator, that width is minimum of 800. So if there's a radiator there, which is in the yellow, that should be 800. If there shouldn't be an obstruction 400 millimeters on the side of each door. So you can't have a radiator going up against the side of a door on both sides. And if there's a doors going to the stairs, it should be 7.5. So the best way to do this is to draw this sketch, put the bullet points from this page underneath it, and that will do for your circulation within a dwelling. So for the room layouts, what comes up in the kitchen and the bathroom is also another point that comes up on the door. Your door handle, if you look at the bottom down here on this sketch here, the height of the door should be between 800 to 1200. They recommend 900 ideally, and that's so it's ease of reach for people in a wheelchair, and for everybody really should be able to reach that, regardless of your size. So that is also very important in the kitchen. So if you go into the kitchen, worktops and sinks should not be higher than 800 millimeters. So if I go to this sketch on the next one, the easiest way to do notes for the next one is if you draw this sketch here. So if you draw this sketch, you don't have to have as much details in that, and these are the important points to do it. So the floor should be non-slip. You should have a turning circle in it somewhere which doesn't obstruct your table or your units, and that should be ideally 1800 or minimum of 1.5 meters or 1500. One other thing that they say is as well, it doesn't come up here, but ideally they want a triangulation between your sink, your cooker and your fridge, so that someone in a wheelchair can just move between them. What you don't want is like a cooker here, a sink here and a fridge here, so they're having to go up and down. One other thing which doesn't come up here is that worktops, like units here, you wouldn't have any high units on the wall, it'll all be low. Sockets at accessible heights, cooker to sink maximum distance, so they shouldn't be too far apart. And there are main regulations to do with this. So what I'd like you to do is, if you do a sketch of this, and if you take down these bullet points, labelling into it, you could get a load of more. We could do 20 bullet points on this. Even to the table alone, you could do a lot. Like the table should be circular. It shouldn't have any sharp corners. Ideally, it should have a pedestal. It should have one leg on it rather than four legs, so you can move around it. There's a huge amount of things that you can just come up with off the top of your head, but 5 or 6 of those bullet points should get you through any question on this.